Chapter 93, Third Brother. Zhang San has terrible luck. This was like playing the lute to a cow, talking to someone who just didn't teach it. Oh well, as long as he was good at driving, it didn't matter. Chen Yuan waved a hand. Let's go, I need to head out. Luo Shang hurried to open the rear door. After Chen Yuan got in, he circled around to the driver's seat. Where are we headed? Chen Yuan shifted into a comfortable position and said, Duolai Music Bar? A bar? Luo Shang turned to look at Chen Yuan in surprise. Yeah, a bar, Luo Shang stammered. Chairman, if I take you to a bar, does that count as a betting or to drink? Chen Yuan rolled his eyes. Who said you're coming in? Wait outside like a good boy. No need for you to bet anyone. Oh, Luo Shang finally settled down and started the car. As the vehicle pulled away, Chen Yuan pulled out his phone. He planned to play a few rounds of Tomorrow After to stimulate consumption while they drove. Screech! The car jerked to a sudden stop. Chen Yuan lurched forward slightly, his brows furrowing. What's going on? Luo Shang turned around, his voice trembling. Leader, I think someone's trying to fake an accident to extort money. Fake an accident? Chen Yuan was stunned for a second, then shook his head with a laugh. Who in their right mind would try to extort money from a luxury car? Get out and check. Got it. Luo Shang popped open the door and stepped out, worried the guy might mess things up. Chen Yuan followed him out. 3 meters in front of the Rolls-Royce bumper, a man was lying on the ground, curled up with his hands clutching his knee. A scrape was visible on his knee, but the blood had already started to scab, making it obvious the injury was a fresh fall. Zhang San, the man on the ground, groaned, while sneaking a peek at the 2 people getting out of the car. Whoever drives a car like this must be loaded. Earlier, he'd boasted in Li Zhu or live stream that he GGO to the bar to cheer her on, but how could he do that without money? After seeing a news story about fake accident scams on his beat-up phone, an idea had popped into his head. This could be my chance to make a quick buck. At first, he'd planned to target large trucks, but the rumble of approaching trucks and their sheer size had scared him off. He knew his small frame would stand a chance against them, so he shifted his sights to smaller cars. Just minutes earlier, he'd tried to scam a senior's electric scooter, but the old man who got out had collapsed to the ground even faster than Zhang San. In the end, Zhang San had lost the only 67 yuans in his pocket to the old man and even scraped his knee in the process. Now Zhang San had found a new target. When he saw the slow-moving Rolls-Royce, he'd immediately put on his shoddy act. But when he saw who stepped out of the car, Zhang San froze, then broke into a grin. What bad luck for you to run into me. Today Zhang San will not only make money but also get revenge. My moment has come. Zhang San recognized Chen Yuan from his live streams. Chen Yuan, however, had no idea the man curled up on the ground was his notorious hater, outlaw Zhang San. Luo Shang didn't care who the guy was. He squatted down beside him and said, Buddy, we have a dash cam. You'd better get up now. Zhang San just groaned and refused to move. You hit me. Having a dash cam is even better. It'll prove you ran me over. A crowd of onlookers began to gather. Luo Shang panicked and hurried to explain. Who hit you? You can't just make up lies like that. You did. Look at my knee, it's scraped and bleeding. I need to go to the hospital, get an x-ray. Haven't forget surgery. I need to stay in the ICU. The onlookers snickered at his over-the-top demands. Anyone with common sense could tell he was faking. Luo Shang's temper flared. Are you gonna get up or not? Not a chance. Luo Shang rolled up his sleeves, ready to confront him. If you don't get up, I swear I'll make you end up in the ICU for real. Chen Yuan quickly pulled the hot-headed driver back. We live streaming. Can't you watch your mouth? Stay out of this, I'll talk to him. He squatted down and said calmly, Suri already called the police. They'll be here soon. If you leave now, you can still get away. But if you wait, well, you know what happens next. Zhang San's shirt raced. If the police showed up, a warning would be the best case scenario. Worst case, he'd be charged with fraud and thrown in jail. Sure, jail would give him a place to eat and sleep, but he wouldn't be able to use his phone or cheer for Li Zuer. That's a no-go. Zhang San propped himself up halfway, making a last-ditch effort. I'm not scared of the police. You have to give me money, 3,000 yuan. No, 5,000, and my phone, which costs 17,000 yuans, is broken. You have to compensate me for that too. Otherwise, I'm staying here until I get to the ICU. 5,000 yuans for cheering Zuer on at the bar. 3,000 to 5,000 for a new phone. And the rest as backup cash. After all, watching live streams is hard on phones. Chen Yuan let out ask off. He was usually generous. Very generous, but only when he was paying for actual goods or services. Getting him to hand over a single penny for a fake accident scam? Not a chance. Wake up. You're not getting a cent from me. Just wait, the police will be here in 5 minutes. Tops. Zhang San huffed defiantly, but Secret Lai pulled out his beat-up second-hand phone to check Chen Yuan's live stream. In Stream 1E's chat. Damn, this scammer still won't run? Master Yuan really did call the police. I saw him dial 110. Haha. How dumb do you have to be to scam a luxury car? What was he thinking? Is this guy not afraid the car might not stop in time and run him over? The kind where the driver doesn't have to pay a cent? I'm a cryptography expert. His move can be summed up in classic Morse code. 5 times 7 times 7 times 9 times 0 times 9 times 2 times 7 times 6. Translated, it means you're really bad at faking accidents. Bro, that's awesome. You even brought Morse code into this. When the police get here, will they treat him to jail food? Crap, he really called the police. What do I do? Is this fraud? It shouldn't be. After all, my injury is real. Then someone in the crowd slapped their forehead and said, Wait a minute, this guy looks familiar. Earlier, he tried to scam an old man near Shihong Street. Yeah, I saw that too, it was him. Zhang San panicked for real. He knew he was beaten with all these witnesses. The police would only go after him. Chen Yuan. This isn't over. I'll be back, he thought fiercely, then scrambled to his feet and ran. His movements were comical. He'd been so graceful when he fake fell, but now he fled like a scared rabbit. Chen Yuan held up a hand toward his retreating back. You forgot your phone. In his hurry to escape, Zhang San had dropped the 17000 yuan phone he'd been bragging about. Chapter 94. This damn shaky hand. Watching the disheveled figure run out of sight, Chen Yuan let out a low mocking cackle. This guy, daring to pull off a fake accident scam. Something that takes real skill. If he messes it up, ending up in the ICU is the least of his worries. He might even get a cremation package, end up dead and cremated. Chen Yuan glanced at the onlookers. Everyone take a good look at NT. Touch that phone on the ground. With so many people watching, what should he do with the phone? Hand it to the police when they arrived? Don't be ridiculous. He hadn't actually called the police, so there was no need to make the hard working officers make a wasted trip. The crowd, realizing there was no more drama to watch, started to disperse. When they heard about the phone, they glanced down at it. A smartphone? It looked cheaper than a Nokia. Its edges were worn to a pulp, and its screen was covered in cracks. Take it home. Spend 300 to 500 yuans fixing it, then sell it for 30 to 50? Forget it. An old man who collected scrap even spat in disgust and walked away. Chen Yuan stood up and waved at Luo Shang. All right, let's go. Luo Shang agreed and hurried to open the rear door. Once Chen Yuan was in the car, Luo Shang fumed. Boss, in all my years, this is the first time I've seen someone fake an accident, especially someone so young. He has hands and feet. Why not go work at a construction site instead of scamming people? It's infuriating. Little did he know about the hardships Zhang San had endured at construction sites. Chen Yuan smiled and waved a hand. Did he? Let's go, we're blocking traffic here. Luo Shang nodded and restarted the Rolls-Royce. Since the phone was still on the ground, he even made a small detour to avoid it. The next second a car drove past. Crunch. The phone was crushed to pieces. Zhang San, who'd run back to retrieve his phone, nearly cried. Today is the worst day ever. That old man took my last 67 yuans. And now my phone, which I saved up for by eating plain rice and vegetables, and which cost 98 yuan, is completely smashed. My need is and third as much as my heart. Zhang San gritted his teeth. I now have one more score to settle with Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan had no idea the scam expert was his die-hard hater. If he had known, well, you can guess what would have happened. When they arrived at the bar, Luo Shang found a parking spot, then trotted over to open the rear door. Leader, we're here. Chen Yuan got out and straightened his small suit. Okay, wait outside for me. Luo Shang bowed slightly. Yes, sir. Take care. Once Chen Yuan's figure disappeared into the bar, Luo Shang pulled out a cigarette, lit it, and leaned against the Rolls-Royce's door, taking a contented drag. It was around p.m., and more people were passing by. A pretty woman noticed the Rolls Royce, then glanced at Luo Shang, leaning against the door. Hi handsome, mind if I use your rear view mirror? She brushed the hair off her forehead as she spoke. Luo Shang patted the car window. Rear view mirror? Why not just use the car window? The woman's lips twitched. She pulled out a makeup bag. Handsome. This car must be expensive, right? Super expensive, 10 million yuan. The woman's eyes lit up. So what big business do you do? She raised an eyebrow suggestively. Luo Shang smiled, took a deep drag of his cigarette, and said, I'm the driver. TS player. The woman turned and walked away. Luo Shang was confused. Why did she call me a player? He shrugged. Women, they only slow down my driving speed. Chen Yuan walked into the bar. By this time, more customers were starting to trickle in. The large space was too crowded, yet most people were chatting in small groups. No singing or performances had started, so it seemed he'd arrived just in time. Chen Yuan walked up to the bar and tapped the counter. The bartender noticed him immediately. How old are you? Minors aren't allowed in here. Bars were for adults only after all. Chen Yuan placed 100 yuans on the counter. I am thirsty, having a glass of lemon water isn't against the law, right? If he was just drinking lemon water, there was no problem. The bartender cleared his throat. Of course not. He skillfully tucked the 100 yuans into his pocket in 3 seconds, then quickly placed a glass of lemon water on the bar, sticking a straw in it. Lemon water. Chen Yuan took the glass and found a booth near the central stage. H's usually had a minimum spending requirement. Sure enough, a woman dressed in a bunny costume walked over. Sir, this booth is Sandy, wedn't. Chen Yuan pulled out a bank card with 2 fingers. Enough. Just swipe this. Bring a fruit platter or whatever, just make sure it covers the minimum. If not, just charge it anyway. The bunny girl hesitated, then took the card. She'd seen plenty of rich, second-generation kids hanging out here, even young ones. She went to the counter and swiped 5,800 yuan, covering the minimum spend. Bring out all the fruit platters, dried snacks and drinks, no alcohol. Though, I saw a drone over there. This kid is probably live streaming. Got it. Soon the table in the booth was filled with all kinds of fruits. Chen Yuan says immediately fell on the pink cherries. He picked one up and popped it into his mouth. Pretty sweet. He leaned back in his seat and pulled out his phone. Before he could open it, he caught a glimpse of movement on the stage. Looking up, he saw it was Li Zuer. That day, Li Zuer was wearing a blue dress and carrying a large guitar. She looked cute, with a hint of absurdity. The customers who were drinking and chatting also noticed her on stage. Hey, that little girl with the guitar. Have I seen her somewhere before? Yeah, she looks familiar. Was seen some show. One man slapped his forehead. I remember. She was on CCTV's Life Swap Challenge. She's the one from Stream 2. No. Stream 3. Her name's Li Zuer. The 2 men pulled out their phones. It is her. We're on TV now. Li Zuer walked up to the microphone. Hello, everyone. I'm Li Zuer. and I'm now a resident singer here at the bar." She cleared her throat nervously. "Next, I'll sing a song called Dawn. Miss out. Thank you all." She sat on a high stool, guitar in her arms. When the background music started, her nervousness slowly faded. Chen Yuan listened, taking a sip of lemon water. Not bad. The kid still has that clear, beautiful voice worth the trip. She sings so well. It wouldn't be too much to tip. A few tickets in her live stream, right? Damn shaky hand. Now it's a whole stack of tickets. The live stream chat exploded instantly. Whoa! I checked his stream. He's at the bar right now. He's there in person, but he's tipping in the live stream? Is this the new fancy way to do it? Our Zuer is in danger. Chapter 95 isn't turning 1,000 yuans a day tempting? Ha! I'm meeting to the bar too. Save the beauty like a hero. Woohoo, Sister Zuer. Watch out for that bad brother over there. Chen Yuan had just casually sent a stack of virtual tickets as tips. He didn't even glance at the comments before closing the live stream. He locked his phone and set it on the table, then leaned back in his chair, took a bite of iced watermelon, and let Li Zuer's pleasant singing wash over him, with his eyes half closed and fingers tapping to the rhythm. It was pure bliss. Li Zuer's nervousness gradually faded, even as more people filled the bar. Her mood remained steady. She sang 3 songs in a row, all popular hits of the moment. For the 4th song, now completely relaxed, she chose an upbeat DJ track. She propped her guitar against a stool, stood up, and started dancing. Her moves were energetic, and paired with the explosive music, the effect was electrifying. Not just the creepy uncles in the live stream whooping and cheering, even the adult customers at the bar craned their necks to watch. The atmosphere heated up instantly. Some even raised their glasses and swayed to the beat. Even Chen Yuan lifted his lemon water in time with the music. Li Zuer had sharp eyes. She hadn't noticed Chen Yuan earlier, too caught up in her nerves. But once she relaxed and started dancing, she spotted him holding his lemon water. Why is he here? Confused, she almost stumbled over her steps. She quickly regained her rhythm, singing and dancing while shooting Chen Yuan Asmal. The upbeat track lasted about 3 minutes, and by the end, Li Zuer was clearly tired. She bowed, stepped off the stage, and another resident singer took her place right away. Li Zuer glanced toward Chen Yuan's booth, guitar in her arms. Chen Yuan smiled and waved his glass, gesturing for her to come over. Li Zuer bit her lip, then walked over, pretending to be calm as she set her guitar aside. Chen Yuan, what a coincidence running into you here. Coincidence? Chen Yuan had come specifically to kill time out of boredom. He set down his glass and pointed to the empty seat next to him. Sit down and talk. Li Zuer smoothed her dress and sat down. Chen Yuan said, even though we're competitors, I've always admired talented people. You sing well, and you dance great too. If I ever get into the music business someday, I'll definitely sign you. Li Zuer froze for a second, then giggled behind her hand. You should focus on your game company instead. A business genius like you getting into music. Wouldn't that be a waste of your talent? Chen Yuan spread his hands. Music is a market too, full of businessmen. Why can't I dip my toes in? Though honestly, I don't really want to. The water's too deep. He nodded at the fruits and dried snacks on the table. Have some I can't finish, Lizzie. Li Zuer stared at the fresh, appetizing fruits. Her lips moved slightly. How long has it been since I had good fruit? Probably not since the reality show started. Reason held back her desire. She waved her small, fair hand. No thanks. T.S. saying no with your mouth, but your eyes tell a different story. Chen Yuan saw right through her. He picked up a cherry and held it out to her. This cherry's pink, juicy and sweet. Just try one. Li Zuer started to refuse again, but as soon as she opened her mouth, Chen Yuan popped the cherry into it. In the live stream chat. I think that bad boy's flirting, but I have no proof. Think? That's exactly what he's doing. This is so risky, this kind of dangerous. Heart-stealing game is walking a fine line. I, Citizen Li C, am watching you closely. Outrageous. My pure and innocent Zuer, how dare you defile her? You scoundrel, step aside and let me do it. The cherry was already in her mouth. She could spit it out. She chewed slowly. It is really sweet. Chen Yuan chuckled. Tastes good, right? Help yourself to the fruit. Li Zuer hesitated, then thanked him, though she still didn't reach for any. Chen Yuan crossed his legs. Li Zuer, don't you think you under charging for your singing? 100 yuans per song is way too low for someone with your popularity. Li Zuer smiled happily. If I sing a few songs, I can buy Mom a new dress, and even get some notebooks and extra textbooks. She was surprisingly content. Just as they were talking, Manager Fang from the bar walked over. He glanced at Chen Yuan in the booth and froze for a few seconds. This face looks familiar. He was the kid from Stream 1. Manager Fang had been deeply impressed by Chen Yuan during their reality show competition. That piano piece Chen Yuan played was on par with top pianists. He'd listened to it in a trance. And Chen Yuan's iconic line afterward, "I'm Chen Yuan, and here are my tickets," had been imitated by countless people online. Now, Chen Yuan was actually at the bar, chatting casually with Li Zuer. Manager Fang? Li Zuer called out a few times. Manager Fang snapped back to reality. Hello, you must be Chen Yuan. I am the manager here. I was lucky enough to watch your performance on the show. That piano piece of yours left me spellbound. It's an honor to meet you. He held out his hand. Chen Yuan looked at him, then shook his hand. Chen Yuan, I don't watch live streams much, but I've been looping your piano recordings online. Technically, I'm a fan of yours, Manager Fang said, trying to strike up a friendly conversation. Chen Yuan nodded politely and smiled. Manager Fang immediately sat down next to him. Our bar needs talented people like you. I haven't paid much attention to the reality show, but I've heard it's tough for teenagers to get by. How about it play the piano here at our bar? Of course. I won't ask you to play for free. 100 yuan for 5 minutes, what do you think? He leaned in, lowering his voice. That's 600 yuans for half an hour. Earning 1,000 yuans a day would be a piece of cake. Come 3 times a week, and you'll easily make it to the end of the reality show. Isn't turning 1,000 yuans a day tempting? When he finished, Manager Fang looked at Chen Yuan, who was sipping lemon water with absolute confidence. Who wouldn't jump at this offer? Isn't T1000 yuan a day enough to make anyone eager? Stick it out till the end. Win 5 million or 2.5 million yuans. And maybe even have a shot at the 10 million grand prize. Isn't that perfect? Our bar is definitely the smartest choice. As soon as he finished speaking, Chen Yuan couldn't hold back. He spat out his lemon water, spraying Manager Fang in the face. Me? The chairman of a listed company, raking in money hand over fist from 2-hit games? And he wants me to play the piano for 100 yuans every 5 minutes? Dream on. Li Zhu, or beside him, burst out laughing too. Clearly, Manager Fang had no idea what Chen Yuan's real situation was. He must have thought Chen Yuan was struggling, just like her.